Mouse's Most Marvelous Moon Month, and it's the summary of the article, Ingestion of Lactobacillus strains regulates emotional behavior and central GABA receptors expression in a mouse via the vagus nerve. And it's written by the people over here, and it was published in the PNAS.org website. Check it out. Some scientific facts. At the start of the article, they tell us that there was increasing scientific evidence that suggested that there was a connection between the bacteria that was in the gut and the brain. So they basically wanted to add more evidence to the wagon that was rolling down. A thing that they used to check whether it affects the brain was GABA levels. GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, which means that it lowers the rates of neurons firing. And for example, if somebody is in pain, let's say his joints causing him great pain, then what doctors may do, they may assign him an inhibitory neurotransmitter to lower the rate of neurons firing that cause the brain and the pain in the brain. Now, they also use something called Ingestion, which is probiotic. Well, they call it potential probiotic, but we right now know that it is already probiotic. Now, their interest was to find a connection between GABA levels in the brain and the probiotic, see if it affects it. But since they already found a connection between the two in the middle of the research, they want to see if the probiotic affects the GABA levels through the vagus nerve. By the way, the vagus nerve is the thing that connects the brain and the gut, and all the information that passes through them is passed through the vagus nerve. So this is what they did. They took 4 groups of mice, and they cut off the vagus nerve in 2 of those groups of mice, and then in one of the groups that they cut off the vagus nerve, they gave them the treatment of the probiotic for 28 days. And then in the ones that didn't get their vagus nerve cut off, they also gave the probiotic. And the rest got regular mouse food. And here are the results. Turns out that when they removed the vagus nerve, so there was no difference between the GABA-A alpha 2 levels, but when they gave the probiotic for 28 days, then there was a difference between the GABA levels. It was higher in those that had the treatment and didn't have their vagus nerve cut off than the ones that didn't have the treatment and didn't have their vagus nerve cut off. The same applies here, except that the GABA-A alpha 1 levels were lower in the hippocampus than in the previous one. This one was the GABA-A alpha 1, and the other one was GABA-A alpha 2. Now, what does this mean? Like hypothetically, if there's higher levels of GABA-A alpha 1, that means that the mouse is less prone to anxiety, and because there's in the hippocampus, and because there's lower levels of GABA-A alpha 1, that means that in the hippocampus, that means that the mouse is more active. So this explains the results that were in this experiment that showed that when they placed mice in the experiment field, they went more times to the open area, which means that they were more brave and you would say more active. So the conclusion is that the Lactobacillus rhamnosus affects the GABA levels in the brain via the vagus nerve in already healthy rodents. And because this research already has 816 citations and it was made in 2011, it already has a future, but I would like it to be upgraded to humans to see if also humans have the same effect with when they gave them Lactobacillus rhamnosus, and to deeper understand why this happens. For example, maybe it's some type of molecule that the bacteria release that causes these effects, or like antibiotics. Antibiotics are a molecule that bacteria release and not the bacteria itself. That's it.